Hello everyone, and welcome. I am Professor Noit. Today, we will be discussing participation. Participate means the act of taking part in something, but what is the something they participate in? In particular, we are discussing people's participation in a society with man-made laws, of which there are rights from, and obligations to, that society. The people participate in the life of the society through membership. But which society? There are, in the geographical Australia, coexisting sovereignties, as mentioned in the Uluru Statement from the Heart, from which societies can emanate. When taking part in a society, or nation, you are seen legally and politically, through a legal fiction, a person, a citizen. They are all one and the same thing. In 2009, the Commonwealth of Australia supported the United Nations Declaration on the Rights of Indigenous Peoples, and with that, demonstrated that they recognized that the members of the indigenous nations had the right to autonomy or self-government, and to revitalize their societies. With reference to the articles of the United Nations Declaration on the Rights of Indigenous Peoples, we will make it easy to comprehend what it all means. Article 5 says it very clearly, quote, "Indigenous peoples have the right to maintain and strengthen their distinct political, legal, economic, social and cultural institutions, while retaining their right to participate fully, if they so choose, in the political, economic, social and cultural life of the state." Unquote. There are two entities mentioned in that article. One is the state, the other is the self-government mentioned in Article 4. The people can participate in the state. Here, it is Commonwealth of Australia, or participate in the indigenous nation called the Yidinji nation. The people of the pre-colonial indigenous nation can make a choice, and this begs the question, what if they do not so choose to take part in the life of the state? Article 8 says, quote, "Indigenous peoples and individuals have the right not to be subjected to forced assimilation or destruction of their culture." Unquote. But, who are the indigenous peoples referred to in the declaration? Considering the diversity of indigenous peoples, an official definition of indigenous has not been adopted by any UN system body. Instead, the system has developed a modern understanding of this term based on the following: self-identification at the individual level, and accepted by their community, as their member; historical continuity with pre-colonial, or pre-settler societies; strong link to territories and natural resources; distinct social, economic, or political systems; form non-dominant groups of society; resolve to maintain and reproduce their ancestral environments and systems, as distinctive peoples and communities. This is a great description of the Yidinji people, and the Yidinji nation. People, participating in the life of the Commonwealth of Australia, as seen legally, through an Australian citizen, and that citizen must obey all laws of the Commonwealth of Australia. People, participating in the life of the indigenous nation, as seen legally, through the citizen of that indigenous nation, and not the Australian identity. Basically, what all this means, is that those indigenous peoples can revitalize their systems of authority and decision-making, their systems of dispute resolution, or any other protocols of the society that is created pursuant to the sovereignty that coexists with it of the Australian Crown. Please understand, the sovereignty is not of the Commonwealth of Australia, it is foreign to the sovereignty of the Australian Crown. For this situation to coexist peacefully, there must be some form of formal agreement, or treaty, between the coexisting societies, the coexisting sovereignties. The Yidinji nation, understanding this, have offered the Commonwealth of Australia such a formal agreement or treaty. This will settle the past and secure the future, for all, on the Yidinji territory. Treaty. The Yidinji way is the one.